Hello and welcome to today's video. The shelf behind me is so empty and up there since I've been taking book photos. You should see behind the camera, it's terrifying. Hello and welcome to today's video. Today is going to be all of the books I read this October. And October was a very successful reading month, I have to say, and I loved basically everything I read. So there was one book that wasn't my favorite, so I will start with that book. And that book was The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. I am very conflicted about this book. It was a very fast read. It did have a lot of really good information about communicating and relationships and how to reconnect with your partner if you kind of find yourself drifting or not feeling as connected. So if you just kind of get away all of his opinions and just stick to like facts and pointers, then it is very valuable. I think there's a lot of good information in here. If you don't want to read the book, you can just take the test online. There's also a test at the back of the book to figure out what love language you are, and I feel like that is a good thing to know. In a relationship. Then I'm going to do the 2 graphic novels I read. You kind of saw a cover of one there. It is Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks. This one was extremely hyped. Like so hyped. I don't know why some books are so hyped compared to other books. I don't understand. This book was okay. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't the best out there. It was really cute, really sweet. The artwork is fun and simple, easy to look at, easy to understand what's happening. The story is predictable. It's just a sweet, I guess, predictable contemporary graphic novel that takes place during their last shift at the pumpkin patch. This pumpkin patch is insane. The one I go to is not that big. There's buildings for a different type of food. There's slushies, a s'more pit, a train station, a golfing area, food cuts, chicken races, a fudge shop, a petting zoo, a maze, pumpkin shop. It's like huge. The farm I go to is mainly pumpkin fields with like a corn maze and other stuff, but this is insanely large. Yeah. I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. The next graphic novel I read was Steel Prince by V.E. Schwab and 3 artists, I think. Olimpiri, Anglioni, and Steen. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced every single one of those names, so just there. And this takes place before the Shades of Magic trilogy. I haven't read Shades of Magic, so I'm reading this before that, but this I really liked. I really liked this one. But I gave it a 4 out of 5 too, which is the same rating I gave the other book. Now I'm thinking I have a flawed rating system. But I really liked it. I really wanted to read the next book right away, so I bought the second one and I'm currently reading it. The artwork is quite dark, so some things are really hard to kind of see what's happening and to follow. But it didn't really impact the story for me that much. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 because I didn't love it. The next one is a short story, and it's a Rydens chapter by Tricia Levenseller, and that's from the Daughter of the Pirate King duology. And I gave that a 4 out of 5 as well. It made me really want to read the duology again, but I have another book by that author that I haven't read, so I just really want to read books written by her again. I loved it. Then I listened to an audiobook, and that audiobook was Stanza Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I love Mary E. Pearson, and her books are really good. So yes, this was really good. I loved it. The cover's so pretty. It was a great audiobook too, honestly. If you're looking for an audiobook to read, this was one that I liked. Yeah. So this takes place in the same world as The Kiss of Deception. It takes place afterwards. I forget how many years. It does say in here though. Is it like 10 or something years it takes place? Something around that. So this is about Kazi, and she is a thief turned rattan, which is a supreme guard. That's the wrong word, but it's like an elite guard of the queen of Venda. And she is sent on a mission to investigate an outlaw family to see what they're up to, if they're harboring a criminal, but they go there under the guise of something else that I'm forgetting. Some sort of treaty violation. That's it. They're there under the guise of a treaty violation, but really they're looking for a convict, someone who did bad things. And yes. Next we have The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. This book was amazing. It was in the October Owl Crate box and it was fantastic. It is about bone houses, which are zombies, but they're called bone houses. And it's not an apocalyptic book. That's not how the zombies are created in this one. It's because of a curse. And it's more fantasy and fae than apocalyptic. So Rin is the gravedigger in her small village of Colbren. And there's bone houses that she has to take care of. And they usually stay in the forest, but they start leaving the forest and they start to get more aggressive, and she's not really sure why. But it kind of lines up with when a mysterious stranger comes into town, and he is a map maker. His name is Ellis. So Ellis and Rin venture off into the forest to figure out what is causing the bone houses to act so weird, and he also wants to draw a map of the forest and the mountains. And this book was really, really good. I highly recommend it. I loved it. I actually bought another book by her as soon as I finished this one because her writing was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Which is weird because it's like a zombie book, but it was amazing. So then the last novel I read in October was Serpent and Dove by Shelby Morin, and this book was really good. This was about witches and a witch hunter. So it's a forbidden romance, love to hate, where a witch falls in love with a witch hunter. There is a war happening between the witches and the witch hunters in the church. So Louise is a witch and Reed is the witch hunter she falls in love with. She has to figure out what side she's going to take. The side of the one she loves, which is a witch hunter, or the witches, which she is a witch. So this was a really good book. I really liked it. I gave this book, The Bone Houses and The Dance of Thieves, all 5 out of 5 stars. Really, really liked all 3 books. I'm so happy with all the books I read in October. They were all so good, so I'll hold them up for you. These are all the books I read in October, and it was a fantastic reading month. So many good books. Like, so many good books. So thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.